Ooh, yes sir! Welcome to Man the Man, the place where we work in our body and our mind to become better man. Man, when I was a kid, I never thought I would have the confidence that I have right now. I was always scared of everybody because I was weak physically. Oh, they're gonna hurt me. Oh, whoa, whoa. But now, fucking cares, man. Look at myself in the mirror with so much love, with so much respect, and so much of it comes from two different things, two different aspects that are going to allow you to focus that energy on yourself and to regain that self-trust that you need. And it's all related to progress, guys, because if you're going to trust yourself, if you're going to walk with confidence, if you're going to speak with confidence, it all comes from within. You need to put yourself out there in the arena called life, and you need to win. You need to progress, and once you start progressing, once you start going levels and levels and levels above, you will start looking at yourself with more respect, because you will say, yes, I'm proving myself that I'm worth it. I'm proving myself that I can move this way, that I can talk this way, that I can express myself freely because I deserve it. If you have a lot of confidence but you have nothing to back it up, that's fake confidence, man. And it is easy for other people to come and tell you, look, you are telling me this, but look at your position, look at the things you are doing, look at the things you are saying. Nothing matches, and they're going to destroy your ego. That's fake confidence, guys. Real confidence comes from real progress, from putting yourself out there, putting yourself through the test, putting yourself through that fire, and coming at the other side as a winner. So we're going to be analyzing two different kinds of progress. And these two different kinds, I already speak of them in my book, Unplug, Disconnect from Social Media and Discover Your True Self, because these are two things that I discovered once I disconnected from social media. And the first thing is that people do not value inner progress. We're also used, man, to valuing outside progress because of social media, because of the age that we live in today, the internet, and so many things that we're always looking on the outside. I'm not progressing if I don't have that new car. I'm not progressing if I don't have that new house. I'm not progressing if I don't have that new girlfriend. I'm not progressing if I don't have the new friends. So we're all measuring progress only by the things that come from the outside, but we're forgetting about the inside, the within. And you're going to say, well, what kind of progress is there inside? I'm not talking about the gym. I'm not talking about muscle. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about our mind, guys. And the progress that is inside is the character. And how are we going to measure our progress here? I want you to look at your problems today. What problems you have? Maybe it's 1, 2, 3, 4 problems. I don't know how many you have. How many problems you have right now? How many problems have check marks and how many have X? So it means how many have you already solved or you are solving, and how many you don't know the answer to. You need to understand this, and then you need to look at your past and you need to compare. The problems that I have right now are different than the ones that I had in the past. Yes or no? If the answer is yes, they are different. The way I'm reacting to this problem and the way I'm looking for solutions to this problem is different from the past. If the answer is yes, then it means you're making progress, because it means that you have different problems than the ones you had before, but your way of overcoming these problems is a lot better than you were before, because of course, through this journey you have resolved different problems and you're building your character and you're starting to get used to looking for solutions for each problem. And if your answer might be no, maybe you are not, you don't have different problems, you're having the same issues for a while and you don't know the answers to those issues. Don't worry, man. Now we're going to focus in solving those little issues that you want to solve. And we're also going to be constantly comparing ourselves to our past self, not to people in social media. We're going to compare ourselves to our past self and see and ask, today this happened. In the past, would I have reacted like that? No, maybe in the past I would have been a lot more emotional, but recently, because I had a breakup or because this happened, I became a little bit stronger. So now this setback didn't have such a negative effect because I'm stronger right now. So we're going to start using ourselves as a comparison to understand if we're making inner progress, because inner progress should not be undervalued, because inner progress you carry with you every single day wherever you go. Outside progress, if you have a house, if you have a car, and you travel to the other side of the world, you might not be able to, of course you cannot take your house with you, still not yet, and you cannot excuse me, you cannot take your, maybe you can take your car with you, but it will take a couple of days to arrive. So that's one of the other differences, that inner progress you will always carry with you. It doesn't matter where you are or where you go, you will always be able to look back in your own mind and say, this is who I have become. Before I was not like this. Now I find solutions to these problems that are bigger problems, and I'm really proud of myself. And that's what we want to start to produce, this sense of proudness of ourselves. We want to be proud of ourselves. We want to love and respect ourselves. And inner progress is a good starting point. If you're in a position where maybe outside of you not that many things are changing, then like I said, let's keep it in the inside. Let's keep looking on the inside. Let's keep comparing ourselves to our past self, and let's keep grabbing that strength to look at ourselves in the mirror and say, I'm proud of the man in the mirror. And of course, now that I finished talking about this, point number 2 is, of course, outside progress. So the progress that happens in the outside, getting that new car, getting that new house, getting that new girlfriend. But what we're going to change in here is that we are going to pick objectives that are closer to our current position, right? So let's say you're training, because I consider the training our body, of course, it is training the inside, also it trains the mind, but I'm going to categorize it as outside progress because, of course, your image to the world changes. So let's say yesterday or before you could do 10 push-ups. We're going to start valuing outside progress with 15 push-ups, 20 push-ups. That's outside progress because that's getting you closer to having a bigger frame, to having more muscles, so that people can look at you better, can see you from afar, can say, holy shit, who's that man over there? You know? So we're going to start valuing outside progress also with the little things, instead of waiting for that huge event or that huge thing. I got my new car, I got my new house. Those are big events. We're going to start minimalizing it into small events. So your car might be your goal, but maybe there are things that you need to buy in the meanwhile before you get your car. Maybe you need to get your driving license, get into your driving lessons. That value that outside progress. Before you were not having your driving lessons. Now you are going there, you're having your lessons. That's outside progress. But let's make it smaller. So in that way we can feel the momentum. And when we start to feel the momentum, just like snow, like the ball of snow that comes down the mountain, the more it moves, the more snow it starts to grab, to attach to it, and the bigger it becomes. That's the same thing that we have to do here. We have to make our objectives a little bit smaller so they become more achievable, and we start to feel that momentum, we start to feel that energy, we start to grab that energy, and we keep moving forward, always stronger and stronger with more and more and more momentum, right? So that's also something that can help you make outside progress a lot more digestible. Because right now, if you're just waiting for that big event, if you're waiting for that big thing, like I was always waiting, I want my apartment. Well, my apartment took almost 4 years of waiting, a lot more than 4 years of waiting, but 4 years of having jobs, working. I changed job, finally found one job that suited. Now I'm in my own apartment, but it took a lot of time, right? So what I have to do is make it in smaller objectives. Today my objective is make this video, go write for 1 hour, 2 hours the next book that you're going to publish. Then you gotta make the chores of the house. Then, so those are my little objectives. Each day I have little objectives that I have to accomplish, and that gives me momentum because I know in my mind I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I can be proud of myself, even if the results, my objective might be still a little bit far. I'm proud of myself because in the present moment I'm doing the best that I can do, and I know I'm not wasting time. So that's the thing that we want to create, right? So let's start valuing more inner progress, and let's make outside progress a little bit smaller so that we can grab the energy and create momentum. This is going to allow you with time to look at yourself with confidence, because you are testing yourself and you're passing the test. And this is really, really important. This is going to give you huge confidence. This is going to allow you to speak to others. Always remember that how you portray yourself to others is how you feel inside, unless you're acting. And if you're acting, it will have consequences, because you can fool people one time, you can fool people two times, but the third time people are not going to get fooled by you. So it's better if we start to create a real sense of being proud of ourselves in the inside, right? So that we can keep communicating to others in a way that portrays our security, our self-love, and our self-respect. And as I usually say, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.